Alrighty, well, that game should have been not 6-4. Johnny Brito on the mound, bases loaded there, and he gives up the granny to Bryce Terang, who was choking up on the bat. And if you saw that replay, he popped that ball up and it ended up going out. And so it was carrying today. No doubt about that. Just took the velocity from Brito and didn't have to put this huge swing on it. But hey, what matters is the Padres won this game. I don't think it's the end of the world that Robert Suarez had to come into this game and throw like what 3 pitches to get that final out. Manny, great play by the way. Hustle, got to that ball, threw it over to first. Good job, dude. Um, I don't think it's the end of the world with Suarez. Like he's had some days off here, and if he can't pitch the first game of the Nat series, he can't pitch the first game of the Nat series. I would think that Estrada would be available, and the Padres, they can win without Robert Suarez pitching. You know, the other team's not going to hit a grand slam in the 9th inning if the Padres are up by 6. That's not going to happen every time. So, again, I don't think it's the end of the world. And if the Padres, they win tomorrow and they have a 4-game sweep, if they lose against the Nats, some may disagree and be like, well, every game matters, Ben. But are they going to need Robert Suarez on Monday if they win all 4 games against the Brewers? I don't think so. It's not the end of the world. Now, Jackson Merrill, I'm going to get to him. He was obviously the big topic, I think, coming out of this game. I love, by the way, in the 9th inning, when after that grand slam, I think, no. Was it before or after? I think it was when the bases were loaded. And obviously the fans are hyped. Game's about to be over is what we think. And then there's the walk that happens. And Merrill's like, no, outfield stands, fans, let's go. Get up. Keep bringing it. Keep bringing that passion, that noise. It's all right. We're still in it. Just like leadership even to the fans. And he's engaged. And I love watching Jackson Merrill play in the brown and gold, in Padres colors, in the Padres uniform. And we'll get to like the All-Star game talk here in a little bit. But Randy Vasquez, I want to start there. Well, not start there, but go to him here. He's a starter in this game. He went 5 innings, no runs. I know he almost gave up that home run there to center off of the bat of Contreras, but it's a results-based business, and I'm going to take that every time from Randy Vasquez. I know it's only 5 and it's not 6, but when you walk 3 guys, the pitch count's going to be up there. And so, again, like earned runs is what matters the most, and no runs, you are definitely going to take that, especially when the Padres offense shows up the way they did, especially when you got Wandy Peralta and Yuki Matsui and Adrian Morejon not give up any runs in their 3 innings of work. Props to Matsui, obviously. He's faced criticism, and rightfully so, but him bouncing back. Wandy, he's been pretty good for the most part. I feel like as fans, we remember the bad parts from relievers, and we don't really remember most of the good outings someone has. And then Morejon, someone who has been tremendous this year, a 2.23 ERA, and he deserves high leverage opportunities. I'm not saying that was a high leverage spot because the Padres at the time were blowing out the Brewers, but he deserves those late game, 7th inning situations. No doubt about that. And we'll see if they can win that 4th game tomorrow. I love seeing Higgy homer. I know he's not this power hitter. He's not Gary Sanchez, who had 19, almost 20 home runs last year in not even a full season with the Padres. And Higgy, he is homering a lot recently, at least for Higashioka standards. He's not at the Jackson Merrill point, 7 home runs in his last 10 games. He's not at that, but he's up there for Higgy. I mean, props to him. I don't think he's trying to hit home runs, but he's finding the barrel. And you look at the batting average for Higgy, what is it now after today's game? 173. So you look at that, it's like, yeah, Higgy, not much of an impact. But if you watch these games, he's having an impact. He threw out a couple of runners today. It feels like the homers that he hits are meaningful. And today, it was meaningful. It was 4-0 on the Kim homer. And then Higgy homers to make it 6-0. So without that, what would have this been? It could have been a tie game. Who knows? Well, Brito probably maybe he would, but I don't know if he would have been pitching in that spot if it wouldn't have been 6-0 to start that inning. But I mean, Higgy, it was a meaningful home run that he hit today. And then Ha-Seong Kim just capitalizing on a bad pitch, leaked over the middle of the plate. And Jackson Merrill, obviously, in the bottom of the fourth with his home run, made it 3-0. That was just a what? I think it was a fastball, right? Fastball pretty much down the middle and deposits that into the stands. This guy, and I'm sure you have heard others talk about, oh, didn't expect the power from Jackson Merrill. And that is totally true. But I expect the good swings from Jackson Merrill. I expect the good at bats from Jackson Merrill. Holy cow, a 13 pitch at bat that he had earlier today. I know no runs resulted in it, and that was a bummer, but 13 pitches and he singles to get on base to end that at bat. I mean, that fires the boys up, I would think. And again, they didn't get anything out of it, but that's not because of Jackson Merrill. He puts together good at bats. What did he say? What did he label it earlier this year? These home runs that he hits, like a happy mistake, something like that. Because not a mistake meaning like he's trying to hit the ball on the ground or something like that, or he's trying not to homer, but he's not thinking about, oh, I'm trying, thinking about hitting a home run when he goes up there. He's trying to get a good at bat together. He doesn't care if he hits it opposite field. He wants line drives, as I assume what he's going up there for, and it is working. I have no complaints on him playing center field. Those that have paid attention to my channel since the beginning of the season, they have known that even before the Luis Suarez trade, I was advocating for Jackson Merrill to be leading off for this team because I thought I don't care that he's a rookie, and some were making the argument that, well, it's working down in the order. Don't put too much pressure on him. Just if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Kind of like that argument. And I'm like, Jackson Merrill, he is here for this moment. He's not someone that's going to be spooked, be scared because all of a sudden he's hitting leadoff. This is someone that early in the year, let's remember, at Dodger Stadium, he came through opposite field with the big, I think that was the go ahead hit to beat the Dodgers there. So he is here. He's not scared of the moment. Seems like everything he's saying to the media is great, spot on, like leadership. I don't know if the Padres clubhouse can think that Merrill is a leader when he's a rookie, and he probably wouldn't even. He probably would say like, "No, I'm a rookie." But in terms of the lead by example part, like all he cares about is winning. The way he talks to the media, getting fans hyped, and just being a ball player, being a dude, as I think Mike Schilt would probably describe a baller. That's what Mike Schilt would describe him as. He checks those boxes. So, man, I'm so happy that Jackson Merrill is a Padre, and we got to give credit to AJ Preller. I know some like to bash the moves that don't work out, which that's fair. He's made a lot of them though. So when you make a lot of moves, a lot of opportunities to not have those moves work out totally the way you want them to. But with Jackson Merrill, drafting him, I know it was a first round draft pick, but other teams could have picked him and they didn't. And this is someone that the Padres held on to. They didn't trade him to Washington in that Soto deal. They said, nope, Merrill is staying. Didn't trade him in a Rise or Cease or in any other big deal. Hater. Nope, Merrill, you are staying here. And look what has happened. I get it. It's his rookie year. It's not even his full rookie year, right? We're not even at the All-Star break yet. But we got to admit, these are some great signs that we're seeing from him. And yeah, again, for like the 500th time, I feel like in this video, I'm just happy that Jackson Merrill is a San Diego Padre. He is ours. Love it. Love that and I didn't even mention he's making that transition to center field. I know he's comfortable there now because it's June 22nd, but this is a guy that was at shortstop. Then he played some left field in spring. Then he went over to center field, and it's like, yeah, dude, you're the starting center fielder on this roster, and you're playing an influential role on this Padres team this year. So let's get to the All-Star game talk here because I think that's going to be on social media and talked about amongst other Padres fans. Should the Padres have should all of their starters in the outfield be starters in the All-Star game? Should it be an all Padre National League All-Star game outfield in that first inning? And while I would love for that to happen because obviously the Padres are my team, these are my guys, I'm going to roll with my guys. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Jackson Merrill, he has a case to be an all-star if he continues to put this great play together, continue to perform and produce like this, he has a case. You talk about the All-Star game and entertainment, and you want to make fans aware of this up and coming talent. I mean, Merrill is here, by the way. It's not just up and coming, but you get it. Like rookie year, star in future years, maybe in all of baseball. He's already big here, obviously, but you want to make the the entire country focus on this guy, know who this guy is. All-Star game would be a good spot to let him showcase that off. Now, in terms of All-Star starters, like Profar, yes, starter. Tatis, yes, starter. Now, we'll see about their health, but I'm just in terms of numbers, production. But if you go to OPS and I'm looking at outfielders, remember, it's not it would be one thing if it was left field. Okay, who's the starter there? Profar. Center field, out of all NL center fielders, who's the starter there? Right field, who's the starter there? It's one thing if it would be that. I think the one thing that's going to hurt Merrill is that's not how it is. It's just three outfielders. They could be all right fielders. You know, they could be all left fielders. Like it's not based on that one singular position. So that's going to hurt Merrill. If you look at OPS, like Heliot Ramos, he has a 906 OPS, almost hitting 300 with the Giants. I don't know how qualified he is. I don't know how many games he's played. That's not a name, you know. Jackson Merrill, I think, is more of a name than Heliot Ramos is. Now, Merrill, he still was not talked about in the Rookie of the Year discussion. It was Yamamoto, who's hurt. It was Jackson Chourio, who's like the Brewers' 9-hitter now. So Merrill's working out for us, obviously. Paul Skeens, obviously, is going to get a lot of run. Imanaga, but he just gave up like 10 runs, I think, the other day. I know it's one start, but I'm just saying. Merrill is in that discussion now. But getting back to starting, I think where it hurts him is there's other names that casual fans would be familiar with, like Teoscar Hernandez, who has 18 bombs, over 50 runs driven in, 823 OPS. There's someone even like Seiya Suzuki or a Brian Reynolds or a Cody Bellinger, who, as of now, have OPS is higher than Jackson Merrill, who is at 771 after today. Now Merrill's hitting 290. Like he has a strong case. I'm not saying that, oh no, why are we even talking about this? Definitely not. I'm just saying there are some names here that could hurt that. Christian Yelich is someone that I didn't mention. He is second, I believe, in the first ballot update, and he has an 891 OPS, 319 average. Like so, starters for the All-Star game: Profar, Yelich, Tatis. I mean, Yelich is having a great year, so I don't think there's going to be a ton of complaining that, oh, why is Yelich starting over Merrill? Maybe from Padres fans, but I guess this is just my warning. Like, don't expect it. Don't expect Merrill to be the starting center fielder. In terms of making the All-Star game, I'm not ruling it out because it's June 22nd. There's a lot of time still. Maybe not feel like that, but there's still time before that All-Star game roster gets named. There are guys that are named All-Stars. Merrill might get help from his teammates. Tatis may not be able to go. Profar may not be able to go. And maybe they go to the All-Star game, but just they don't play in it. And Merrill gets on the All-Star roster because of that. There's things that happen. There's guys that pull out. So we shall see. Would he go in there as like a utility guy? You want his swag, you want his personality. I mean, that's an all-star personality right there. So of course I'd love to see it, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think that's gonna happen. Starting. We'll see about making the All-Star game, but starting the All-Star game, I don't see that happening. But he's our All-Star. He has been impressive. Love that guy. Love watching that guy in a Padres uniform. Another home run today. Quick bat. I mean, it's a Freddie Freeman playing center field is what his offense reminds me of a little bit. And he's a rookie. He's going to get stronger. Remember Tatis, his rookie year? Cronenworth, his rookie year? Like, guys get stronger. So get your popcorn ready.